got a ball, we got 2 waters and a bowl. We got a ball, 2 waters and a bowl. Toby, are we ready, little buddy? Are we ready? We got keys, we got a piece of a treat. Here. Oh, the pain, the pain. Excuse me. Oh, the pain, the pain. This way, Toby dogs. This way. Hey, hey. My little rocket ship running around. Come on, little rocket ship. Hey. Come on. Leave it. Leave it. Leave it. Come on. Can't let the dog eat stray dog. People do a disservice to pets outside when they leave food and water in bowls. Because the stray animals come and eat out of there and pass on diseases. They've got a big bowl of food out there next to the garage. That brings in all the possums and the skunks. All the rats come and eat. And then the neighborhood cats come and eat. And Toby just went over there and put his mouth in the bowl. That's not good. This way. Hey. This way. How's everybody this morning? What do we got here? Foxy Moon, Rich and Macy, and Jen Hiller. Hey. How's everybody today? How's everybody today? We're out taking a walk. We're actually coming down the alley today. Come on, Tobus. We're about to hook Toby up here. Come here. Right here. Come. Hey. Come. Come here. Wait. We're going to hook Toby up because... Wait. We're going to hook Toby up because it's squirrel time. It's squirrel and rabbit 30. He likes to chase the squirrels and the rabbits, so better be safe than sorry. We don't want him chasing them squirrels and rabbits out into the street, do we? The last time I was off leash, not last time I was off leash with him, but the last time he was off leash and chased a rabbit, I had to go all the way around the block to get him because he ran through the yards, he ran behind people's houses. He ran to the other side of the block through people's backyards and houses. And I had to go around and find him. One time he jumped out of the car and I had to go find him. We were driving home from the park. There's a park about a mile from here. Well, one of the parks that's about a mile from here. Our favorite Frisbee park. I had the window down in the back. I let him roam free in the car. I know I shouldn't, but I let him roam free. And I had the window down, and I was only going like 10. I was just creeping home 10 miles an hour because I didn't want him to get too much wind in his eyes. I don't want him to get eye sickness. Noob Nation, good morning. Dear X-Rot, good morning. Welcome, everybody. It's Monday morning. So I'm driving along, and I'm actually talking to him. And I look in the rearview mirror, and he's not standing there. And I turn around, and he's nowhere. Toby, damn it, dog, come here. You're making me feel stupid every time you do that. Uh-oh, rain. I turned around, I hit the brakes, And I turned around and he was nowhere in the car whatsoever. And I start freaking out. I just slammed it into park. And I was right in the middle of an intersection. And I just parked my truck right there. And morning. And hopped out and went looking for him. I left my truck right in the middle of the intersection like that. And I'm screaming for him and screaming for him. I'm like, what the heck, man? And I look, it's raining on us, barely. I never checked the radar to see how much rain was coming. I hope we don't get wet, Tobe. We'll keep walking, though. Yeah, there he is running down the street chasing after some cats. He had jumped out of the car. It's not a car, it's a Ford Explorer. It's not as high as a pickup truck, but it's pretty high. Be jumping out of the window of that. Yeah, he jumped out the window to chase some cats, and he didn't even say goodbye or nothing. He didn't say, "I'm out, Dad." Nothing like that. I was scared. Monday morning, I'm about to head to work. I hear you, Noob Nation. Look at Toby pooping on the sidewalk. What's going on, Tobe? What's that all about? Somewhere I got a bag for it. Yeah, he jumped out the window and was running down the street. Geez, there's so many leaves here. I can't even tell I can't see what's what. They need to make their yard. Well, that's all I can find. Looks like they weed whacked, but they didn't clean it up. So now when they clean it up, there might be some extras in there. Wait, come here. Hold on, fam. I'm trying to deal with his blue bag here. I got one more move to make with it. Uh-oh, where's it at? I know you're in there. What'd I do? Did I just drop it? Come here, Toby, we dropped something. There it is. I use a Ziploc bag in conjunction with the poopy bag, and I dropped it. I put the poopy bag in the Ziploc bag because no matter how tight you tie that bag with the poop in it, the smell still comes through. So now we're like that. That I can put in my pocket and not worry about it. Sounds like a dog's trying to come through the window here. How's everybody this morning? Arthur, good morning to you. Noob Nation says Monday morning. Oh, I already read that. Let me scroll up here. So I'm just stopping by to say hi. Oh, I appreciate you. I appreciate you coming by to say hi this morning. We're getting rained on right now. It's not bad, though. We're still headed away from the house, so I don't know how smart that is. Maybe we'll make a big square today so we don't get too far in case it rains on us. What kind of doggo is that? Says Mad Guy. Mad Guy says just leave the bag behind the car tire. Back in the day, years ago, I got this pet peeve and it just drives me insane. Like I want to kick down a door and grab somebody and throttle them. People that park blocking the sidewalk. You'd be amazed at how many people know, driver's training. Everybody has to take driver's training. They teach you right in there that you're not supposed to park across the sidewalk. But come on. There's people all over that park across the sidewalks. And oh, back years ago, I used to leave the doggy bags on their hoods. What a terrible thing to admit to, huh? But I figured I was leaving them a message. Don't park on the sidewalk. So we'd walk by and drop the bag on their hood and leave it. I should start doing that again. That is so ignorant to block the sidewalk like that. You know how privileged you got to be thinking you are to do something like that? There's a guy across the street at the other end of the block that for the last 2 or 3 years parks across the sidewalk, pulls up and half his truck on a great big pickup truck, completely blocks the sidewalk and the driveway, and you can't walk in front of his truck. If you're walking that sidewalk, you got to walk in the street. You got to go all the way out into the street. And I don't teach my dog that, to walk into the street. So when someone blocks the sidewalk, if I have to walk up on their porch to get around their car, I'll walk up on their porch to get around their car. Because I'm not going to teach my dog to walk out into the street on purpose. You know what I mean? Have a good day at work, noobs. Thanks for coming by, buddy. What kind of doggo? He's a border collie. I'm sorry, mad guy. I went to run in my mouth. ZG, what's new, friend? Tobes, the house filling up with friends this morning. He's so much fun. Trying to think of what we did. We went for a long dog walk yesterday. We went for a long dog walk Saturday. Surprised I can walk this morning. It took about a half hour to get out of bed today. I had to bend them legs and do all kinds of leg bending and twisting, and you know how you do the pedal the bike in the air and all that, just to get my knees to work. How's everybody's day? How's everybody's morning? Beautiful Monday morning here. Testing my earbuds for the first live recording and such stuff. Excellent. Excellent. This is our morning. This is the east. There's where the sun's coming up. In the middle of the screen is where the sun's come up. But as you can see, we are almost 100% cloud cover. But it's not a thick cloud cover. Leave it. It's not too thick. Like ahead of us, you can see a little bit of blue sky off to the right. I don't know what we're in store for today, weather-wise. I did not look. To be honest, that was supposed to be what I was going to look at right before we left the house, was check on the rain situation. But I was too busy trying to get poopy bags. Had to get bags. I had to get I use a half a treat I take a half a treat, not a whole treat. One of those, what we use for training and show dog ring is pepperoni. People use all kinds of stuff. Most people use like dried chicken, dried liver, things like that. Hot dogs. Hot dogs are a big thing. But I know Toby loves the pepperoni. And it doesn't take anything. Like hot dogs, you got to keep them fresh. Chicken, it's dehydrated chicken usually. And it's funny because the dog show handlers, they'll like a chaw of tobacco. They'll have the chicken in their mouth and they'll break off a little piece and give it to the dog. Bait the dog with the chicken out of their mouth, or jerky or whatever it is. And I've held the pepperoni like a cigar or a cigarette between my lips before, to keep it where I had it, where it's handy, because you got to have it handy. But most of the time, I just put it in my suit coat pocket. Toby, I put my hand on my pocket, and Toby behaves because he knows that's the pocket where the treats are. If I put my hand, I don't have to actually take the treat out of my pocket. I just put my hand on my pocket, and he reacts like he's getting a treat. Sometimes I keep like a half a pepperoni behind my ear tucked in my ear so I can grab it real quick. Treat him, bait him with it, treat him, give him a little piece, stick it back behind my ear. It don't taste bad. It tastes just like a Slim Jim. I haven't eaten it, but if I had, like I said, I held it in my lips. How the earbuds working? I don't have any kind of headphones. The last headphones I had was the wired headphones that you use with your iPhones the headphones that come with the iPhones. This iPhone that I got now, it didn't even come with the box for the plug, the adapter. All it came with a phone and a USB lightning cord, and that was it. Didn't even come with a charger box or nothing. I had to buy that separate. And it didn't come with any kind of earbuds or headphones. That was it. They're coming with less and less now. But it was free, so I can't complain, right? Working just great, says ZG. The only complaint I have about this iPhone is, what's my complaint? I don't think I have any. Other than like the YouTube app. For some reason, when I'm trying to put a description in the YouTube app for like this morning, it let me put a description in. Come. But the last few mornings, it wouldn't let me put a description in. And if I put a description in, I had to start all over and cancel out everything. That's the only problem I'm having. I don't know any fancy key buttons on here or anything. I just scratch. How do you say it? I'm probably using about 10% of the phone's technical capacities or whatever, however you want to say it. Technical abilities. I don't even use Siri or anything. Hey, it's raining good on us now, Toby. Come here. Hang on a second, fam. I'm going to hit the refresh. I'm going to look at this radar real quick. Hang on just 1 second. I won't even be gone a minute. Okay, it's right over the top of us. It's not coming down too bad. We'll keep going south. We'll keep going away from the house. But it's a long line thunderstorm, but it's like a straight line thunderstorm. But it's like straight east and west, and it's going across the top of a town. We're on the bottom side of it. So unless it drops further south, I think we'll be okay. We'll walk towards the blue sky. Last night I sat online for a while looking at different breeders' websites for border collie puppies. The one out west, Happenstance, still has one of the one of the girls that they had, the 2-year-old that I was talking about a couple of days ago that's already champion. She's gone. She's been sold. But the dog that's the same age as Toby is still there. I imagine they got others. Now they already sold one of their main stud dogs, and they just listed another one. One of their main stud dogs, like a 6-year-old dog. I didn't see the price. It's probably around $5,000 or $6,000. Somebody at the owner of the kennel is sick, and they're selling off their dogs because they can't take care of them right now. So that's 2 of their main stud dogs that were on there, that have always been on their website. They sold the one, and now they're selling the other one. Wow, Tobe, what a time to be a poor guy, right? We need that $3,800 super chat, fam. That's how much the dog is. That's the same age as Toby. Well, she's a month younger. Beautiful, beautiful dog. The one that sold, the 2-year-old that sold already, she was a beautiful dog. The minute I saw her, I was like, whoa, it sucks to be poor. We're looking for a girlfriend for Toby. We're looking for a wife so we can make our puppies. so we can afford to feed the dogs, right? So we can afford to feed them. They're expensive. Toby eats like humans now. These last few months, he's been eating chicken, eggs, and sweet potatoes, cottage cheese, yogurt. He's always eating fruits and vegetables. But I'm giving him less kibble. So he gets about a third of the kibble that he would normally get. And the other 2/3 is straight food. I boil him a chicken once a month or once a week. Once a week, I boil a chicken, a dozen eggs, and 5 or 6 sweet potatoes. And then pick the chicken off the bones, chop up the sweet potatoes. I put everything in separate bags. And every morning, I whip the bags out. I drop them a third a cup of kibble. Bunch of the chicken I don't measure. I just throw a bunch out there. Chicken, a boiled egg, cottage cheese. He's living the life. And guess what he eats first? I need Goga. I've been watching Goga. I think I'm a team member for 18 months or something. I've been watching him almost the whole time I've been on YouTube as a content creator. I've been on YouTube since 2012, but I didn't put up content until 2 Novembers ago. And then we got monetized in 13 months. It took 13 months, but we could have been monetized at probably 3 months quicker, 4 months sooner. But like halfway through it, we stopped running our night loops because there was a directive from YouTube saying that they were reviewing the channels last summer for whatever it was, the guidelines. And our group thought that they were talking about the loops, so people stopped doing the loops. I stopped doing them, and so my hours fell. But I started doing them again in September, and by December we were monetized. We were rocking 1,000 watch hours a month for 3 or 4 months. I think our last month like that might have been February. But it was such a, I had the, how do you call it, the post monetization crash, where we worked so hard to get monetized that once it happened, it was like, oh, and we just fell down. It was such a hard goal to reach, and it took a lot. It took a lot out of me. We're slowly getting going again. We do these live streams every day. Busy lady, what's going on? Trucker nah. Cute dog, what kind is he or she? He is a border collie. This is Toby. TobyDog. That's his house name. His government name is long. He'll be 4 years old September 29. He'll be 4. He's a really good dog. He don't listen though. Outside, when we're outside, he don't listen. He's too alpha male. He's still intact. He's intact because he does dog shows, and we're hoping to make puppies soon. He hasn't made any puppies yet. He's already going to be 4. Just no opportunity. No opportunity. We're hoping to get a girl dog pretty soon. We one of the top show dogs here around here in the region. The owners, they're having pups, and the one owner lady talked to me about it. So they might have a girl for me. But that dog will be 2 years before she's ready to pup. Tony will be going on 6 years old. We're hoping to do something before then. There's two dogs that Their owners have talked to us about breeding. One's probably a no, and the other one was too young last year. So maybe this year or next year, that lady will be ready. And that dog competes in herding. The dog that the owners talked to me about, Toby. That owner's been watching Toby since I first got him. She knows the people from the dog school that Toby goes to, and she saw Toby when Toby was just a little puppy, and she was like, "Whose dog is that? You got to put me in touch with them people." And so I know her now, and I'm pretty sure once her dog's ready, that Toby be Papa. We'll take the puppy, right, Toby? We won't take no money. We take the puppy. In the dog world, you for compensation, they offer you money or a puppy. Pick of the litter or money. And all the old timers always tell me, take the money, because you don't know what kind of pups will turn out. There might not be a show dog in there. And but I think I'll take the pup. I'm more interested in the dog. Right? Does that make sense? I want good morning, Titlepro, says my bestie Anastasia. What's going on, Anastasia? He's beautiful. Toby was my first cat's name. Ha ha. Yeah, Toby's a great name. Toby's a classic name for the border collie. I like walking down this street here. I like these houses. Toby's a classic name. It was Toby or Kip. Toby or Kip. I went with Toby. I had a girl name picked out too, but I can't remember it. Not as muggy today. I did carry water today, though. We got water with us, but it's not as muggy as it's been the last couple mornings. 2 mornings ago, you could have cut that water with a knife. It was so thick, the air. What's new, Anastasia? Thank goodness you chose Toby. Yes, indeed. I just wanted a dog because the last dog that was at my house was my daughter's dog, and the dog before that was my daughter's dog, and the dog before that was my dog. So I was ready for another dog. It had been years since I had my own dog, and having the daughter's dogs around, it was heartbreaking when they were gone. You know what I mean? When the first dog, him and I actually got run over by a truck, and the second dog, well, when daughter moved out to marry a husband, she took that dog with her. That broke my heart too. That was a fun dog. So I had to get my own. I was just looking for a pet dog. But I want the best available dog. I want the best available genetic, temperament, biddable, all that. I want the best available dog. But you and I, as just common people, not dog show people, will never get the best dog. The best dog is never available to us. Because the dog show people that breed the best dogs, they keep them for themselves, or they sell them to their friends, And you and I will never get the best dog. But that year, I got the best dog. That year, I got the best dog available. I don't know how. It was on the AKC website. He was 4 months old. I just got lucky. You got to make an application and make a contract and all kinds of stuff to get these dogs. I have just arrived from buying avocado and pineapple. All right. Hello, y'all. It's Flavor Dave. Just popping in for show a little support. Flavor Dave. Today's the day you get your blue jacket, buddy. Hold on a second. Let me get you hooked up. Add as moderator. Standard mod. There you go. Test it out. Check out those emojis. Oh, no. Emojis go to members. I'm sorry. You don't have to worry about timing people out or anything. I'll do all that stuff. I hand out the blue jackets so that everybody can connect with each other that much easier. You know, when you get the blue jacket, you just got to tap on somebody's name and you can go to their channel without having to go through the process of typing it and searching through 100 other people with the same channel name. That's why we hand out the blue jackets, so that everybody can greet and connect, have fun, meet everybody, build your channels. Flavor Dave, I'm blue. Watermelon, so cute. Watermelon, we got a bunch of your cousins planted this year. Hopefully they grow. I planted baby watermelons, the green melons, I don't know what they call them. I'm kind of stupio. I know it's not the muskmelon. We're gonna dodge this water here. And what else did I plant melon-wise? Oh, that was it, 3 kinds. We got regular watermelons, we got sugar babies, and we got just the one called melon, that green melon. You know what I'm talking about. The outer core is smooth, the outer rind is smooth, and it's greenish yellow, and the inside is green. Oh, yummy, yummy, yummy. I got that right from yesterday morning, I went to the farmer field. They have on the corner of the farmer field, they have a roadside market. And I got sweet corn. I got great big onions. They're called candy cane onions or something like that. What's it? I think that's what it was called, candy cane onions. And a couple of pickles and a couple of green zucchinis. The pickles were 4 for $1. They were great big. And the zucchinis were 3 for $1. And even though I'm growing my own zucchinis, I only have 1 green zucchini that's I can cut. I'll cut that today. I've had what, 1.5 dozen yellow zucchinis grow so far that I've harvested. But only 1 green because I started the greens late from seed. But they're now coming in. But I had to buy some for yesterday. Oh, I can't wait to cut into that melon. The corn was super good. Super sweet. I bought 1/2 dozen. It was $3 for 1/2 dozen, $5 for the dozen, I believe is how it went. Namaste, bro. Hey, Sanjay, welcome. Busy Lady says, I had a chi that passed last year. She was so sweet. That's too bad. I'm sorry. You know, like people, we live to die, right? Once we're born, the clock starts ticking. That's been a lot of, I'm an older dude. And, you know that's where they say your life flashes before your eyes when you're dying. Well, I don't think I'm dying, but these last few months, I've been seeing the life flashing before my eyes. I have so many memories going on, thinking back on this, thinking back on that. All kinds of stuff popping up. Oh, he moves so nice. He moves so nice. You know, even if you have 2 show dogs, make a litter, you're not necessarily going to get show dogs. You know what I mean? You're hoping to get show dogs. That's why the better you start out, the better your ingredients, the better the final result. So when I got Toby, I got him on a pet contract that said I had to neuter him by 2 years old. And I had to feed him a specific food. I had to do this and do that. No breeding, no this, no that. And, but once he started growing, even, when he first showed up at the dog school, they were like, hey, that's a show dog. That's a show dog. You got to show that dog. He's got a lot of points. But we don't have our 2 majors for the championship. You got to have X amount of points, and out of those points, 2 of the wins have to be, they have what's considered a major win, where it's 3 points or better. and we don't have any majors yet. The only time we're in a bad area, and I can't really, because I work I work 5 days a week. I can't really travel. That only leaves me the weekends, to get to the dog show. So we go to nearby dog shows. The farthest we've gone was we drove down to Maumee, Ohio. Was it Maumee? This way, leave it. Leave it. We drove down to Maumee, Ohio for a dog show several weeks ago. I don't think it's been a month yet. But that's the farthest. So that's how far we got to go to get those major points. And there's only like one dog show weekend a year that has majors like that for border collies. And that was last weekend, the weekend before, 2 weekends ago. And we got rained out. A storm came through. We got our specialty. We had 2 dog shows on Friday. We got 2 second places in his class. And no points. But then the Saturday and Sunday show got rained out. And there were going to be majors there because there was over 30 dogs. So those were the only majors for the year here in Michigan. And we didn't get to compete for them. So for sure we got to go out of state now. Flavor Dave said he had to answer a call. That's cool. Do what you got to do. Arthur, welcome, welcome. Says nice looking dog. Busy lady says I subbed and we'll catch you later. Hey, thanks for coming by, busy lady. Busy lady. I'm betting you're busy, right? Thanks for coming by and visiting. Thanks for the sub too. We sure appreciate you. Nice yard. I like this end of town. The yards are so nice. Come on, Toby, let's take a turn here. Let's turn south. Come on. Come on. So we are 1.6 from home, 1.6 miles right now. So that means when we turn around, we got to go back over 1.5 miles. See that tree? See that tree? They got these cherry bushes now that grow like this. They grow like bushes and not trees. I was thinking about putting 2 in, one on each side of the garage or the driveway. At the end of the driveway. I think that'd be cool. I like cherries. I like having fruit trees. I can't wait till my trees bear fruit. I don't know why I didn't plant them decades ago. It's funny, when I was a kid, we moved because Dad was in the military, and Dad and Mom split up. It took them years to split up, so we moved back and forth. And then living with Mom, we were dirt poor and moving from cheap apartment to cheap apartment. It's hard to put down something permanent. I've lived in my house for decades, and the year before, 3 years ago was the first time I ever planted a tree in my yard or a bush after decades. But I figure it's from never having anything permanent when I was a kid. It leaked over into my adulthood. But once I planted them trees, now I can't stop. I planted an apple tree, and I just had to put a different one in its place. That was 2 years ago because half of the apple tree died after one winter, and the other half of it died last winter. I planted a peach tree that died after the first winter. So I've replanted both of those. And those trees look really good. The peach tree made it through this winter without any die-off. And the apple tree, I planted it this spring, past spring. Y'all got fruit trees where you live? Do y'all got fruit trees? Do you plant a garden, fam? Audience, do you guys plant a garden? We got a garden. Thank you for the blue jacket. I will wear with pride. Awesome Flavor Dave. I'm trying to read down through here. CJ's random guitar noise. Welcome, welcome. CJ, are you a content creator? Random guitar noise. I bet that'd be fun to watch. Do you got videos of that? Are you a content creator? I'd like to come see. I'd like to come see some random guitar noises. Both of my sons, when they were 10, 11, 12 years old, they taught themselves to play the guitar. I got no musical ability whatsoever. But my kids, different story. The two boys, they taught themselves to play the guitars, and they play like Eddie Van Halen. They taught themselves to play the guitar when they were preteens, and they've played ever since. Now the oldest son, for years he didn't touch the guitar when he was raising his turn, when his kids were little. Well, they're still kind of young, but they're not little no more. But for years he didn't even have a guitar, and now he's got some really nice ones. Come on. Toby says, I found this really luscious yard I want to lay down in. There must be a girl dog here that lives here, because he's all over this yard. Come here. Come on. Come on. It's time to turn back. Look, we run out of sidewalk. No more sidewalk that way. No more sidewalk this way. So now we turn back. So those boys taught themselves to play the guitar. I've got a video of the oldest grandson playing. Oh, and then the oldest son did the same thing at about 8 or 9 years old. He got a guitar. And Daddy gave him the book that he learned from. The book that he learned from, his grandpa gave him. One of the grandpas gave oldest son a book on the chords. And that's how he taught himself to play, with a chord book. And then he gave that book to his kid. And now his kid, oldest grandson, he's a musical protege. Is that how you say it? Prodigy? Prodigy. Come on, Tobes. Wow, he's wild boy. He must have got his second wind. Look, I'm holding on to this like for all dear life. That kid taught himself to play the acoustic guitar, then the electric guitar, and jamming out. And then, what did they buy him? They bought him a saxophone for school band, because, it's natural. He wants to be a musician, so it's natural to go to take band in school. So I think he started with a saxophone, and isn't that a brass instrument, the saxophone? And now he's taught himself to play 2 other brass instruments. So he actually plays 3 instruments in the school band, in the high school band. When he's up on stage with the band, he's got multiple instruments in front of him on stands. And some songs he plays one instrument, some songs he plays the other instruments. You know what I mean? Very cool. He's the only kid up there like that. Besides the drummers, besides the percussion people, he's the only kid up there with multiple instruments. It's really something. So when he was in junior high school, he played on the high school band. When he was a 7th and 8th grader, he played in the high school band, and then he also played on the honors jazz band for an 8th grade kid to be playing with the high schoolers in the honors band. That's something else. He's also being courted by a couple of colleges, I guess, already. 2 colleges are already talking to him as a 9th grader in school. He just finished his 9th grade. So he's got 3 more years of high school to go. But, yeah, the colleges are already talking to him. That means that kid's not going to have to pay to go to college, right? So lucky. All that kid's going to have is a phone bill, right? And Grandpa pays the phone bill. So that kid's all set. His little brother, grandson number 2, is a good kid too. He's not musically inclined though. Come on, come on. Good morning. Beautiful yard. Beautiful, beautiful grass. Come on. Come on. Watch out. Look at this yard here, fam. Look at this yard. Is that gorgeous or what? Is that gorgeous or what? Look, even the lines are straight. He cuts the lines like I do. I cut the lines different every other time. That's a beautiful home. Pretty nice. My old high school football coach, one of them lived right there. That house in the middle of the screen. He just had like a 90th birthday party. I went down and checked that out. It was great to see him. Talked with some of the guys from. There was two of the guys from when I was in high school there, and his kids, and I knew all them people. But it was neat to see. I almost didn't go. I'm so glad I went. I had a dog show that weekend, and I just managed to get home in time to change clothes and run over there, and I got to be there for like the last hour of the party. It was at a big fancy restaurant downtown. How's everybody's day? Is everybody going to enjoy this Monday? Random guitar noise. Bro, all the yards are nice. Yeah. Random, do you got a... Are you a content creator? Do you have content on your channel? I'd like to come see. You know, I've been walking Toby for almost 4 years now, 3.5 years, 3.25 years. And when I'm walking him, all I do is look at him. All I do is look at him. I'll watch his hips move, or I'll watch his shoulders move, or I'll watch the belly hair, which way it moves. Does it swing? The tail, all that stuff. I can't stop looking at him. He's such a beautiful dog. I can't believe he lives with me. Not that I haven't had beautiful dogs before. My Pekingese, my little Pekingese Melody. The first Pekingese wasn't a pretty dog. The first Pekingese was a rescue dog. I think she was 12 years old. And then when we got her, and she lived to be 17, she was ornery. She was an ornery Pekingese, like ankle biter type Pekingese, but she was loving. I loved that little dog. And then I got Ariel, so that dog's name was Melody. And if you're familiar with the Disney series, was it Finding Nemo or something, where the mama fish was named Melody? I mean, was it Ariel? And then the daughter fish was Melody. Well, anyway, the second Pekingese, it wasn't Ariel's daughter, but we named her Melody anyway. I named her Melody. That's my dog. That was a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful little Pekingese. Little Pekingese girl. She could fetch like there's no tomorrow. She'll outfetch any dog. Now, you know, AKC has this sport now called fetch, where you I don't know if you're competing against the other dogs or if you're competing against your own best records. But that little Pekingese would have won any fetch contest anywhere. I imagine if you'd have taught her if I'd have taught her to fetch ducks, she would have been a good gun dog, huh? Swimming out and catching the ducks. When I first saw her, she was swimming in the pond. When I went to pick out a puppy it was a Mother's Day 20 years ago. When I went to pick that puppy out, they're like, "Where's the dogs?" They couldn't find the dogs, and here come the dogs with Papa Dog in the front, Mama Dog, and then the puppies were swimming behind them in a line like ducks, and they come swimming around the reeds in the pond. You know what I mean? The cattails. They come swimming out of that, and they all marched out of the water like that in a row. I was like, whoa! And that little Melody. I was there to get the boy. I was there to get a boy puppy because I didn't want nothing to do with the girl puppies. And I was there to get the boy puppy. And there was the boy puppy, and I'm looking at him, and he's looking awesome in all his majesty. You know, them Pekingese are really beautiful dogs. And that boy puppy walked the other way, And Melody came running towards me. And hello, Melody come run to me, and she wouldn't leave me alone. So I'm trying to pet that boy dog. I'm trying to pet the boy dog. And he's going the other way from me. He's walking away from me constantly. And that Melody, she was all over me. So the lady says, well, take them both. And I said, I don't have that kind of money. And then it was like, that Melody would not leave me alone. So she picked me, you know. And I just was like, wow, that boy doesn't want nothing to do with me. And the girl puppy's all over me. I guess I'll take the girl puppy instead. And she lived to be 12. She got sick. You know how you slip dogs treats here and there? Well, all through the years, I go to the store on the weekends in Saginaw, Michigan. It's a tortilla factory called Vargas Tortillas. And they sell all the usual Mexican food stuff. On the weekends, they have the barbacoa and the carnitas and the menudo and all that stuff. Well, they also make chicharrones. You guys know what chicharrones are, pork rinds. But at the Mexican food stores, they make the real pork rinds, not the fluffy ones that you get at the party at 7-Eleven. Those fluffy pork rinds that crunch and they just melt in your mouth. That's not a real chicharrone. That's a cracklin. The real chicharrones are the hard, like pork leather, deep fried. Anyway, the dog had gotten a piece of that, and it wouldn't digest, and it sat in her stomach for a couple of years, I guess, and it made her sick. So she had to have stomach surgery, and they had to remove it. And they removed it. They couldn't figure out what it was, and when they showed it to me, I told them exactly what it was. I said, that's a piece of chicharrone. So we figured that's that shortened her life. Otherwise, she probably would have lived to be 15 to 20 years old if it hadn't been for that chicharrone. Plus, another thing is I never had her neutered until she had that surgery. Then they neutered her at the same time. So she didn't get neutered till late. And unneutered dogs live healthier lives, but they live shorter lives than neutered dogs. Neutered dogs live longer than unneutered dogs, although the unneutered dogs are healthier. So you shouldn't neuter a dog before it's 2 years old usually, because it takes years, or maybe a year or two, for all the bones to grow, all the hormones to develop or whatever. Toby was like I was saying earlier, his contract said I had to neuter him by 2 years old. Rip pup. Yeah, rest in peace, Melody. She was a great dog. Oh, and the worst part of it was I was working out of state. I was working on the other side of the country when she got sick at the end, and I hadn't been home for. It was one of those situations where I was supposed to fly home once a month for a weekend, but I was in the middle of an assignment, and it was a big long one, and I couldn't leave. So I'd gone like three months without going home, 4 months without going home, and then I had my plane tickets and I was ready to leave and everything, and they called and said the dog was sick. They called on Monday, said the dog was sick. I wasn't leaving until Friday morning. They called Tuesday or Wednesday, said they're going to the vet. The dog's sick, and then they said the vet said put her down. Or they could give her to keep her comfortable till you get home, and then we put her down. And I'm like, no, don't make her suffer because of me. But I was heartbroken, still am. I didn't get to say goodbye. She had passed and was cremated by the time I got home on Friday. Yeah, I didn't get to see her at the end. I was so sad. My little puppy, my little Melody. That sucked. That was almost as bad as when me and Charlie boy got run over. That really sucked. Things can't be helped. If you live, you die, right? Titlepro, good morning. Survival Empire, what's going on? Welcome, welcome. We're on our way back to the house already. Can I pet that dog? You sure can, Oxygen. Come here. Come here. Come here. Somebody wants to pet you. Come here, little buddy. Come here, little buddy. Oh, so soft. His hair is so soft. And he's got a lot of it, look. If you poke him, my whole finger goes in. He's got so much hair, you can't even see his skin. He's a double-coated breed. He's got a thick undercoat, too. Most of it gets taken out. The dog groomer, she plucks the undercoat out. They use some kind of brush or comb that pulls it. Hey, we're in a place where there's no sidewalks, Toby. We gotta go. We run out of sidewalk. So for the dog shows, most of that undercoat's gone. You can see where the line is, where his undercoat's at, on his back legs, at his hips. They call it it's not called a skirt, it's called his pants. Hold on, Toby. Let's show people. Stay. From here down is called his pants, and they pluck the undercoat to that area off his back and his hips. They pluck it down to a certain, I don't know how high, wherever it is. She's the pro. So I don't know anything about grooming him other than giving him a bath. I let the groomer handle it. And you know, all the people I compete against and all the dogs at the dog shows, they're all groomed by the people that are showing them. But all those people, they started when they were 13 or 14 years old or 10 years old, you know what I mean? All the dog show ladies there, they've been at it because their mom did it or their grandma did it. Come on. They've all been at it for 40 years. We've been at it for 2.5 years. He's my starter dog. He's my starter show dog. I wish I had started 10 years earlier, though. At my age already, getting started with something new. We got to get him a wife. We got to do some crowdfunding, fam. Have you hit the thumbs up? Did y'all hit the thumbs up? It just occurred to me. Wamoyo, welcome. How you doing, Wamoyo? We are walking. Tommy Mubarak. How's it going, Tommy? Our kitty's named Tommy. Tommy Cat. This is Toby Dog. Come on, Toby. Come on out of there. Come on out of there. It's somebody's garden. Toby Dog. This is the only angle we ever get of him, though. This is the only angle you see, unless he's going to the bathroom, because he wants to be out there. Hard to walk a border collie. Because they're everywhere. It's just their nature. Some breeds are easy to walk. Some breeds are easy to train. Some breeds are easy to live with. Come on. The border collies they're not for everybody because they got so much energy. They're made to have a job, these herding dogs, and some of them they go crazy because they don't have a job. But I'm lucky Toby doesn't have that drive, that real hard drive that he needs to herd sheep or something. He's super mellow, if you didn't know he was a border collie, you'd think he was a a golden retriever. He's pretty mellow. His genetic tests come back last week. He's 100% border collie. 100%. Come on. No mix. There's no percentage of mix in him at all. The spirit is the stick you thought was alive. Huh? Oh, my translator's on. My oldest cat is on its last legs. Poor thing. Oh, that's too bad. That's too bad, CJ. We had a cat pass. November, October. He was, ooh, smell the, no, that's a real skunk. That's not the MJ skunk we're smelling. We're smelling the real thing here. Whew. You smell that, Tobe? Do you smell that, buddy? If you ever smell that, you go the other way, okay? Do me a favor and turn the other way. Come on. Come on. Dee dee dee. Dee 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 dee. Now we're leaving the good yard areas, the good yard neighborhoods. This is about the end of it right here. Now we're going to be in the yards that have been here for 100 years. My house was built in 1917. In my yards, it needs to be, so it's been a yard for over 100 years. I got good grass. However, the yard needs to be, you know how ground settles? Well, we've got 100 years worth of settling. It's all wavy. We need to get re-landscaped. Right, Tobes? Hopefully by summertime we save up enough money to put a bigger fence in. Right now I got a area in the backyard fence. The backyard fence by the garage for Toby. But hopefully by the end of summer, we got enough money to go around the whole yard. Then he can roam. Oh, that is for Wamoyo. That neighborhood looks so fresh compared to the UK streets. You know where Wamoyo lives? Everything looks so neat and orderly. There's no dilapidated houses or no dilapidated buildings. You don't see no potholes or nothing. It's like everything was brand new built all at once. But I know them towns have been there for hundreds of years. Here you'll have a nice house in one house, and then the next house might just be renters and they don't take care of nothing and it'll be all tore up, and then the next house might be nice. You get whatever. Here people do what they want within reason. If you let your grass grow too long, the city will send you a letter telling you cut it or we'll come cut it and charge you. Come on, Tobis. Good morning. If this was my country, would be knee-high grass and parts cars in the front yard. Hey, when you get outside of town, you'll see areas like that here. There's whole towns that are like that here in the U.S. When the little small towns, little towns, they'll have houses like that all over the place. Yeah, once you get out of the city, a lot of yards look nice, a lot of yards don't. There'll be cars all over in some yards, and then some right next door it'll be fancy. That's funny. Every time I drive my cars till they die, and then I park them on the side of the garage for a year or two till I sell them. But they're not parts cars. That made me laugh because it's like, you're talking about me? Are you talking about me? I had a pickup. I had this 72 pickup, Ford pickup. Beautiful truck. It was a Southern truck, so it just had worn out paint. It didn't have rust or anything, but it had the worst engine in it. And I was just a real young dude with a young family, and I never had money to put an engine in it. But it sat in the side of the garage for shoot, 5-6 years I had that truck with the intentions on fixing it and just never could. I finally sold it. I don't know what they did with it. So I've had that car parked on the unworking car parked in the yard for years. The PDS, the permanent duty station, that's what my dad would say. If you had something in your yard like that, it's at its permanent duty station. Like a dumpster. That's what it was for years too. Because you know the pickup truck, it's got that open bed. If I had stuff I didn't want to take the time to stick in the garage or take in the house, I'd put it in the back of the pickup and take it out as I needed it. I think I got $500 for that truck, if I remember right. Today it's probably a $5,000 truck. I had a Camaro one time. I had a 74 just plain Jane Camaro. It had the 350 engine in it. And it was all rusted away. It had blue doors. It was so rusted that I had to go get doors from the junkyard to put on it. And the transmission gear shifter was broke, and you had to shift it. You had to crawl under, reach underneath the. Come here, Toby. Come here, Toby. Hi. You had to reach underneath the truck or underneath the car to put it in park. It was that bad. And I sold that. I got $500 for that when I sold it. And now, if I had that vehicle today and if it was in exact same condition, $10,000 easy. Rolling chassis. She's here. Have you seen the chat, Muyo? Yes. Was that a train track? Yeah. We just crossed the train tracks back there. There's several of them through town. The little sidewalk we were walking on about 10 minutes ago, that was an old train track. They call them the rail trails. Some of the train tracks in towns, they turned them into they bought the right-of-ways, or I don't know if the right-of-ways were donated. That I don't know. But they paved them. They took out the tracks, paved them, and turned it into a trail system that goes around the town. And there's also a trail that goes from the west side of town all the way to the next town south. And that trail, that the old railroad bed that runs on, that's an old commuter train trail bed. Train bed. Trail bed. The trail bed that the rail trail that goes to the next town south of here, there used to be an electric train system that ran back and forth between the towns. I guess it went like 30 miles north of here too, all the way to Tawas. It ran from Saginaw to Tawas, and it was electric train. But there were floods, and it wiped out the tracks. Blah blah blah. Early 1900s, it was done. But we walk that trail. We walk that trail a lot. One more thumbs up and we hit 30, fam. One more thumbs up, we hit 30 for the day. That's an awesome milestone for us. 30 likes. Wow. I also want to mention, if you like hanging out with us in the morning, consider picking up a channel membership. Our channel memberships are 99 cents. 99 cents. We keep it inexpensive for Toby's pack. And the gift memberships is the gift that keeps on giving. When we go to channels and when I'm in a channel and I'm making, I don't do the super chats anymore. I give out the gift memberships. That way That way you're giving a gift to 2 people instead of just one. The channel member gets their money for the membership, and then someone from the community gets a month full of free membership use. So that's what we like to tell everybody is when you're making super chats, consider giving gift memberships instead. Come on. Come on. We're on our way home. We got about a mile to go. Not quite a mile. Don't start me lying. We got about 3/4 of a mile to go. Where's my dog? There he is. Where's that dog? Would love to, bro, but I'm broke. Hey, I'm broke too. But remember, keep it in mind. Keep it in mind. Anastasia says okay. It has to be taken out every day. It's a big responsibility to keep a dog. Oh, heck yeah, it's a big responsibility. You know, the dog, they can't open the door to go out on their own. Well, some of them can. Usually they can't feed themselves. It's a big responsibility. They can't tell you when they're sick. You got to be paying attention if they get sick or get hurt, because they're not going to tell you. Yep, big responsibility. It's like having a baby. It's like having a 2-year-old or a 4-year-old for years and years and years. Hopefully he's gonna live to be 12 to 14 years old. So he's almost 4. So I took on that responsibility to raise him for all these years. Look out for him. Make sure he's fed, make sure he gets to the vet. He goes to the vet once a year, unless he's sick, and then he goes more. Yeah, you got to constantly be looking out for your animals. Cats are easy because they just hang out in the house. If you have an outdoor cat, I don't like having outdoor cats, because once when you got the indoor cat, once you let them outdoors, those outdoor cats, they don't live as long as the indoor cats, because they run into so much trouble outdoors, especially at night. Yep, lots of responsibility, and money-wise. People give dogs away just to get rid of them because dogs are expensive. But there's no such thing as a free dog. Even if you got the dog for free, the dog still has to have shots. They need to be, if they're not breeding dogs, they need to be spayed or neutered. You got to feed them good stuff. You can't feed a dog cheap food. You can't feed a dog cheap food and have it stay healthy. Lots of responsibility. Dogs are beautiful, but they are more loyal than humans. Heck yeah, they are. Hey, Pitch Vibe, what's going on? Welcome. I haven't seen your name before. Pitch Vibe. Have I seen that name before? I don't think so. A few days ago, we did a widescreen dog walk. The horizontal. I prefer to do horizontal live streams. But once you pick, you got to stick with. But the problem with the horizontal live streams is that you get no crowd whatsoever, because it doesn't get promoted like in the shorts or the horizontal, the vertical streams. They get the shorts and the vertical streams get promoted heavily, but the horizontals don't. I think Anastasia was there. I think we had 8 people. In an hour and a half, I think we had 8 viewers on our horizontal live stream a few days ago. But geez, with that horizontal, you can really see. With the horizontal, like right here, you'd see both sides of the street and the yard that I'm standing next to and the yard across the street. Right, Tobes? What time is it? Oh, we're already after 8 a.m. 8:07 a.m. So we're out for over an hour already. Nice leisurely walk. We went I think 1.8 south. So we're on the way back. We probably got about 3.5 miles today. 3 1/3. Come on. Come on, we don't pee on those. I don't let them pee on people's bushes that they pay for. People's landscaping from the sidewalk to the house. I let them go to the bathroom from the sidewalk to the street. Just out of common courtesy, right? Courtesy for your fellow human being. Hey, USA. I saw a news article that some college out west, some teacher or student was complaining, saying they got to take the U.S. flags down because they're getting triggered from seeing them. Really? They need to move. All them people that hate the U.S., they need to just move. Where y'all watching us from? All over the world? I know everybody's from all over the world. I got 8 on vertical. Sanjay's in India. Anastasia is in Kenya. Wamoyo is in Sweden, I'm sorry. Mark LeBaron, what's going on, our friend Mark LeBaron? Hey buddy, how you doing? We're doing good. Lil Pickles, hello, your dog is so cute, and why are you awake so early? We are awake so early because this dog's got to walk. He's got to walk at least an hour. Right now in the summertime, it'll be too hot to walk him later. And I'm supposed to start work around between 8 and 9. So that's why we got to get out early. I'm trying to leave the house by 6:30. But it hasn't been happening. I'm trying to make that move from 7 to 6:30. We've been getting out a little earlier, but it's hard to leave the house early. Pitch says, oh, we've made it back. It has to be taken out every day. Yeah, every day. I got it easy. Toby only insists on going on 1 walk a day. These border collies need all kinds of exercise. Some of them might make you walk them twice a day or 3 times a day. Dogs are beautiful, but they are more loyal than humans. Oh, I went back too far. There we go. Message held for review. Let's see what it says. I always love to see it. Send them to North Korea and they will beg to come back. Oh, heck yeah. Heck yeah. We'll show that. Send them USA haters to North Korea. They'll be begging. Shoot, just some people that, you see the news articles. Some crazy loony lefties fled to Canada because Trump was elected. Only Canada doesn't hand out welfare. Canada doesn't hand out welfare, so the people they're begging for money. I've seen stories on the Facebook about that. People crying it wherever they went because Trump was elected. There's no welfare and they're out of money. They can't work. USA is the only country in the world that you can sneak into illegally and still get a job and get welfare. Isn't that crazy? I'm from Willamette. Let me see. I'm from Wilmantic, Connecticut. Oh, very cool, Mark Barron. You're way further north than we are, right? We're 100 miles north of Detroit. I believe Connecticut's further north than Michigan. I'd have to look on the map. I've been up there one time. I think I went to a naval base up there to make a delivery. Back in 2014, 15, 16, I drove a Sprinter van, delivery cross-country Sprinter van, because I work in the oil industry and the oil had collapsed. The price of oil collapses every few years and I'm out of work. But anyhow, during that period out of work, I drove this crazy-ass delivery van, one of those Mercedes Sprinter vans, and I drove it cross-country, non-stop. Non-stop, I'd drive 20, 30, 35 hours straight. They didn't want you stopping nowhere. And the vehicles were under the weight limit for that you had to keep the DOT logs and go to the truck checkpoints. So they'd make you drive straight through. Detroit to Laredo straight through. Like 26 hours, 27 hours, something like that. Straight through. I remember the first time I had to do it. Oh, I thought I was going to die. But after that, it got, after the first couple times, it's like old hat. You can drive 25, 30 hours straight. I wouldn't recommend it. A lot of coffee. Those were the days. It wasn't too long ago. Cute dog, says Kylie. Yeah, you probably would to New London, Connecticut Naval Base. Yeah, that sounds familiar. New London. I delivered. There was some kind of engine. It fit in the. It wasn't that big. It fit. There was two of them. They fit in the. They fit in the back of the Sprinter van, the big long one. Yep. I remember that. One time I had a load. It was 2,000 cell phones. 2,000 Nokia cell phones. I picked them up at where did I pick them up? At the airport, Washington D.C. What's that called? Is that Dulles? Don't start me lying. I picked them up at that airport. I don't remember where I took them, but that was one of the two highest dollar loads I carried. Was the 2,000 Nokias. And then I had a load from once in Florida. It was just from one end of Florida to the other, and it was collector coins. And I had to take all kinds of pictures all along the way. They did like 3 times the normal tracking on me. Because that load, I didn't know what it was worth, but I know it was worth a lot. That 2,000 cell phones, you got to figure if those phones were $500 a piece, 2,000 cell phones, that's $1 million, ain't it? No, that's 100,000. 200,000, yeah, that's a big load for that little van. I don't know what the collector coins were. I think they were Star Wars collector coins or something. I don't know. But I had to stop at certain time intervals to take pictures of the load and send it in and all kinds of stuff. It was crazy. I couldn't stop. No, wasn't supposed to stop for pop or nothing. Come on. Oh no, dead cat in the road. Come on. We had to dodge the pit bull. I'm not even going to walk by a pit bull. Those dogs are dangerous. I saw a statistic this past weekend on the doom scrolling that the pit bull type dog is responsible for like 3 times more deaths than the next dog, bites and deaths in the U.S. than the next breed of dog, whatever it was, Cane Corso or something like that. Crazy dogs. I don't know why people have those dogs. They shouldn't be able to have them. They're just danger. Come on, Tobes. We're almost home, buddy. Almost time to say goodbye. How's it going? Hey, I want to thank everybody for hanging out. Hanging out with us and chatting this morning. It sure makes the walk that much more fun to have a bunch of friends with you. Can you imagine if we were all together and physically walking down the side together? Everybody, 15 people walking Toby? That's what it is. We got a whole bunch of people walking Toby every morning. That's so much fun. Look at the chickens. Chicky, chicky, chicky. Don't scare the chickens, Toby. Don't scare the chickens. We get eggs from these chickens. We get eggs from these chickens here. Imagine. Yeah, a big crowd of people walking down the street. Walking one dog. We'd have to come up with some more dogs for everybody to walk, too. This guy needs to cut his grass. It looks terrible. I almost got to it this weekend, but it was so hot. I tried to do some gardening on Sunday. I was outside for, I don't know, maybe an hour and a half. But it was so hot. It was miserable. Come on, Tobus. I remembered to throw the poopy bags away. I think he's done. Tired boy? Come on. Oh, you see your friend? You see your friend? The neighbor lady's always got biscuits for him. She's always got biscuits for him. Come on, Tobe. Let's go get our breakfast, buddy. Breakfast? That's the only word he knows in the morning. It's breakfast. Anna, I picked some strawberries yesterday that were this big. I'm not kidding you. That big around. We don't have any berries out front to pick. They're all picked out right now. We'll have to wait for the next rush of berries to come out front. But them strawberries are coming in right now, and they're monsters. Like that big around, I'm not kidding you. Big giant strawberries. Look at that puppy. Look at that puppy. There was 30 walking Toby today and above. Oh, isn't that something? Can you imagine a crowd of 30 people walking down the street, walking one dog? I'd be so nice. I'd let everybody take a turn holding the leash. As long as you hold on tight. As long as you hold on tight, because if he sees a squirrel or a rabbit, it's on. You got to hold on like you're gonna catch a truck. 4-wheel drive Toby. My strawberry is flowering. Awesome. So that means a couple weeks you're gonna have strawberries. In a couple weeks you'll have something to eat. From flower to ready berry. Hey, we made it over 30 on the thumbs ups. Thank you, fam. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Yep, time to say goodbye this morning. We gotta get these this dog and that cat and this Titlepro fed. I had a yogurt before I left the house. So I think I'll just have some toast. You know, I bought some bread this weekend. It was like $7.50 for the loaf. 3 times the cost of a normal loaf of bread I paid. And I got it out of the freezer section. It's already made. You don't have to cook it. But you got to keep it in the refrigerator because it'll spoil. You know, I watched, you know how you're watching videos on YouTube? Well, I watched one that said it said even the best brands of the bread have contaminants in them, and it went through all the kinds of bread that you buy that they sell at the stores, from like Wonder Bread to Walmart bread, and it was listing all the stuff that's not good for your body that's in them breads. And even when it said 100% organic and natural and no chemicals or whatever, that the field is certified, well, that's all fine and dandy, but when one field, this is how they do it. They're not testing the flour. They're certifying that the field is organic. So when they certify that certain, let's say 40-acre field is organic, What they don't certify is that the surrounding fields are organic, because whatever's in the surrounding fields is going to drift over chemical wise into your organic field, and you're going to have measurable pesticides, chemicals in your organic stuff. Excuse me. That's what that video was about. It was about the crossover chemicals. And so they listed a couple brands of bread that absolutely didn't have that, because they have no flour in them. What they have is sprouted kernel loaves. I don't know how they do it. They crush up they sprout the wheat kernels. They don't turn it into flour. They sprout it, and that's what they grind. They mash up and turn into bread. So I bought a loaf of that to see if it treats my body different. We'll find out. I'll keep you updated. But that's kind of crazy price. But you know, that sprouted bread is something you can make at home. I've got a bread maker. I don't make loaves of bread in it for the last several years, because when you make a loaf of fresh bread like that, you tend to eat the whole thing all at once. I do anyway. They never last, so I stopped making them. Get too fat. TP, why are you only reading Anastasia's comments? Oh, she's the only one commenting. Baron says, hey, will you have a blessed day, my boy? Thank you. Oh, Moyo says, read mine. Let's see. Let me scroll up. You would have to wait for me. Yeah, I still do that job. But now I do other parts of the job. Now I do, I don't just do the oil and gas. I do all the petrochemical type work for what I do. I don't just stick with oil drilling, gas drilling. I had to branch out. I got tired of taking other work. Well, fam, it's been real and it's been fun. Time to say goodbye. Peace out. I had a great time. Thanks everybody for coming and joining us. Time to say goodbye. Like I said, I got to get this animal fed. Breakfast. Oh, he didn't turn. Breakfast. He's so funny. Come on, little buddy. Let's go inside. How fast? Anna, we've been on an hour, almost an hour and a half. Oh no, an hour and a half. Got to get to work. Game over, says Anna. Game over, says Wamoyo. Mark says, all right, see you in the morning. Yep, we'll see you tomorrow morning, fam. Y'all behave. Be cool. Peace out. Say goodbye, Tobes. Say goodbye, little buddy. Say goodbye. Say goodbye.